So, hey guys, Chauzu here. Back here to report more errors with V2 Yamato. This time is going to be about the final tap. I've got a lot of questions about it. I thought I understood how it worked, but it turns out I was incorrect. So I did some proper science now to know for the future. I already made a video talking about the captain ability being wrong. There is a line missing on the English version, which is in the duo form of the captain that says that if a striker or slasher uses a special, you get back 3 CD, which is a huge omission. So there's even more errors on top of that, but the difference is that this error is present on JP as well. And if you read at the final tab, it says at the final battle, then you have 3 of the following characters, and then it's the Straw Hats plus Odin. I just want to again reiterate a complaint I had with the unit, because in the EX, there's a lot more characters available. But for the final tap, they just remove all of the scabbards basically for no reason. Like, I don't really understand the logic. But yeah, basically Straw Hats or Odin, you need 3. Or do you need 3? That's what we're going to take a look at. But as you see, the final tap gets a bit better at every level. On level 2, they start adding the damage reduction attack boost, which starts at 50%, goes up to 100% level 3, which is the normal amount you get. Level 4 goes up to 150%, and then level 5, 200%. But there is a shadow buff. And I've known about this, but I haven't talked about it, because look at the requirement there. It says the same for everything. There's nothing special for level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So I assumed the error was for all levels, but apparently it's not. And we're going to test this. And we're going to test this by bringing in Yamato from every final tap level and see when does the final tap start working with just 2 characters. Because we know that's the case. I've used that myself. And that's where people have been confused that I've been able to use my final tap and they haven't. And I've been very confused by that as well, because you see the requirement. There is no special requirement to end the level. So my assumption when I heard about this like a week ago was that, okay, they made an error. They wrote 3 instead of 2. But it's 2 for every level. But no, it's not. Look here. Yamato does not have a final tap with just 2 characters. So at level 1, the description is correct. And with that, we try out level 2. Luckily, I had friends with every single level of Yamato, so I was able to try this out myself. I was a bit scared about finding like level 4, level 2, those, or level 4 and level 3, were the most ones I was a bit worried about, but I had them, so that's cool. So right now we're trying level 2. Do we have the final tap now? Nope. So level 1, level 2 does not work. So we move on to level 3 and we'll keep going until we find out what level do you need 2 characters. What I will say though is that this is hugely flawed. You can't have differences between level requirements when there is no option to show that clearly. Just compare it with Super Tendo, for example. We have level 1, what's the requirement for level 1, what's the requirement for level 2, and so on. And it changes, and you can see the requirement. Final Tap doesn't have that. You can't do different requirements for Final Tap. It's absolutely ludicrous. And I imagine that this will see some change, especially since it's the case on JP as well. And you know that JP people don't like errors. And yeah, level 3, no final tap either. And like for me as a team builder, it's super annoying because I put out teams that I thought were pretty good. But then it depends on the final tap of your Yamato. Level of Yamato, if you can use it or not. Like, that's a huge deal. And it's kind of hard to work around as well. Well, I can try not hitting glass with Yamato, I guess. But yeah, now we have a level 4 here. And usually with Super Tandem, that is supposed to have different requirements. Level 4 is usually when the requirements are lessened. So my guess was that at level 4 it will work with just 2 units instead of 3. But we're going to be finding out here on the final stage. And as you see, final tap is active now, thus proving that at level 4 final tap Yamato's requirement is lessened to 2 units instead of the normal 3. So what does this mean? Well, at first it means that Bandai are super dumb, because this makes no sense. You can't have different requirements when the requirement is for all levels. It makes no sense. But what bothers me as well personally is the fact that, is this the first time Bandai has done this? Or do we have other final tap units with this case as well, like Ace for example? If you read Ace requirement, it says that you need 2 specific units. I was like, is it really 2 at level 5? I have to test. So we're going to test him. And yeah, I went for the Penguin Beach for this. It's the easiest content to get to final stage. And since we don't have any specials or anything to use, it's pretty chill. I didn't want to pick 3 units, since you never know, the condition could be like Roger Oden and maybe a slasher or a striker, who knows. Maybe I should have tried that as well. Like, this isn't an extensive research. There could be other requirements that isn't found by just running 2 units. Which is what's annoying, like everything that's hidden and not available, it leaves open like the risk of having less knowledge about something which you should have knowledge about, which is just dumb. But yeah, moving on to final stage, and yeah, it's correct for Ace apparently, unless there's something like you need one of these and a striker or a shooter. They could do something like that, but yeah, I didn't try that for this video. Feel free to try that yourself if you want. But yeah, there's more we could test. I picked out some. Luckily, most conditions are super easy for final taps. Just get to final stage. Then we have some like Law. We know that this 6-star works like this. We've tried that extensively, but will 6+ be the same? We have the test. We have the newish stuff that basically nobody has used at level 5, like Kanjuro. Do you need one of every buff at level 5, or can you skip base attack boost, for example? We'll need to try that. We have Blackbeard, which we also tested pretty good, but that's a pretty bland HP value. Like, do we know for sure that we're below 51%, or is it below 40, for example? Ice as well, 10%. At least we have specials that can HP cut that, so it's pretty easy to check. And then stuff like Kid Luffy, that has to be over 90%. Like, that's also pretty bland, so hard to check. But yeah, we'll see in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.